Hello world, this is Xavier Ritchie, electrical engineer, sophomore at GW, and sometimes I feel accepted at GW, sometimes I do not. I feel accepted in the Black community, but when it comes to the bigger community, I do not feel accepted.
Hi, my name is Jessica Martinez. I'm a sophomore here at GW, and I'm majoring in American Studies and Political Science. I feel like one time where I was really nervous about talking about something at GW was when I was coming out, and I had already come out before in high school as gay, and I thought that was like my identity, and I thought, okay, this is it, like that's who I am, whatever. And then sophomore year rolls around, and I had been struggling a lot with my gender and who I was, and I was really nervous that people at GW weren't going to accept me, and I felt like people here were going to like look down on me and like think poorly about me and like judge me, misgender me, not believe me, say I was like not thinking straight or something. And then I actually came out at GW, and everyone was really accepting and really positive, and that just really helped me with my transition. A lot of other GW students had a lot of resources for me. I have this amazing doctor who's helping me with my medical transition, and I feel like all of that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't at GW, because I feel like if I would have come out as trans back home or something, I wouldn't have been accepted. But coming to GW, I was afraid that people weren't going to accept me, and then I've actually found like a lot of acceptance from like fellow colonials and other people at GW.
My name is Alyssa Hippolito. I'm a freshman here at GW, and I'm trying to major in biology with a pre-med concentration. I would say I feel welcomed here at GW so far, and the time that I realized I was welcomed here was when we all moved in, and practically my whole entire floor in Thurston, which is the 9th floor, knows each other, and we're all friends, and we're all taking the same classes, and we help each other out.
My name is Travis McCowan. I'm a student coordinator here at the LGBT Resource Center in the Multicultural Student Services Center. I'm a senior working on my BA in Human Services and on my master's in Public Administration. In terms of being accepted at GW, I think there's definite spaces where it's much easier to be true to yourself and be who you are. And in these spaces and in these conversations with friends or colleagues, you are really able kind of to tease out what your identity means and to explore that. And unfortunately, these spaces aren't as prominent as we'd like, as we wish the whole campus could be as accepting of a variety of identities. And I think that GW is kind of moving towards that for sure. I think we're ready to have a larger conversation about what the climate on our campus is, and especially with what's been going on in media in the past 2 years. I think everyone's kind of versed in the right terminology, but I just don't think the conversation is happening yet. And until we get to the point where everyone can discuss it openly, nothing's really going to change. And I kind of worry as we're going into the spring semester, as we have a whole class about to graduate and the new people coming in, people coming from around the country, coming to DC for the first time, and they aren't prepared for how to have these conversations, what the legacy is going to be of the students that are leaving.
My name is Levi Selby. I am a senior mechanical engineering student at George Washington University. I do feel included in the George Washington community. There's a very large group of people with many groups and layers, and I feel like I have a place. In C's, School of Engineering and Applied Science, I am one of very few Black students, and I feel like we have created a community amongst ourselves where we support and generally just there for each other, and that has helped. That community goes upwards and downwards, and upwards I mean alumni. Alumni are constantly reaching out to current students to give their advice on professional development and academic development, and downward by in terms of mentoring. There are many opportunities to mentor Black students interested in STEM majors